In this video, we're going to be talking about the autumn arc. It's like the winter arc, just in autumn. And I'm really it's the fall arc, but that's like confusing to put in the title, so I'm calling it the autumn arc. From before now and previous, but like it's really the fall arc. Because like now it feels kind of like there are videos coming out that are like this is the winter arc, and like this is your winter. You're finally gonna get better this winter. But it's not winter. Winter starts in like December, and like just kind of carries through like that. That's how I think of it. Like, and I live north, so like it's winter like December through like April. And by December, I do mean October, and it is October, but like it feels autumn outside right now. Like they do kind of have different feelings with them. Like it is warmer right now than it will get during the winter, which I do enjoy. I'm a fan of the warmth personally. And and just also like there are holidays throughout the fall, and that means you can kind of lock in like a little bit less because you're gonna be fat October or November like 28th or whatever it is. Like that's the day after Thanksgiving. Like you did not run off all those calories doing the turkey trot. Like you're gonna be fat, or like because you're gonna travel for family. A lot of people are like going for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like you're traveling for family, like you have different obligations of that sort, and it's a little bit tougher to like lock in. So it's kind of like a different form of locking in that you have to do because it's autumn or fall or whatever. Uh, so that's like the time of year. That's kind of what like I'm feeling. It's like I wouldn't call what like I'm feeling like a fall arc. Sorry, that was a lot of stuttering. No, but I'm feeling a fall arc. I'm not feeling like a winter arc right now. Maybe that'll change as soon as there's snow on the ground. But there is not snow on the ground yet, which is nice because I'm longer that I don't have to plow, the better. So this is the autumn, the fall arc. Uh, and I'm gonna be going through 5 ways that like the fall arc is different from like a winter or a spring or a summer arc. I don't know if the rest of those are real things, but oh. So number one, homework. You get homework during the fall, and like it's like getting back into homework out of the summer because maybe some of y'all took summer school. I'm presuming that everyone I'm talking to is a high school student, but like some of y'all maybe took summer school. Like, but there's not that much homework with summer school. But like once you get into the school year, when you're like 8, 9, maybe 10 classes that you're taking, maybe you're like working on some self study AP credits. Like yeah, there's some homework that you gotta get back in the flow of like doing the homework. Uh so like having something that you actually have to like turn in, like do by a certain time and like turn into your teacher. Like that's a different thing than the summer. And just getting back into the flow of that, because it's the fall, is a little bit tough, and that's kind of like most of what locking in during the autumn is getting the homework done. Unlike other commitments, because you're in school, you have like other extracurriculars that maybe didn't run as much during the summer, so you have to remember how you balance that in your schedule, like how you fit that and everything. So overall, it's just like important to think about in that way is the like how homework's gonna fit in because homework becomes like this big thing that you got to worry about during the school year. And as soon as it's summer, it's like I haven't thought about homework once this summer. And then you get back into it and you're like, this is homework. No, so moving on. Two, autumn arc is like big in the form of relationships. Said that weird. No, but like I didn't have many friends during the summer like last year. So like being able to like actually go out and be friendly. And I'll probably make a video about like how I became friendlier, but like and like actually made build connections with other people. But like and I was doing that over the summer too. Like I was building connections, forming new connections. But it's the way you do that over summer is different than the way you can do that over the school year. Because in summer you got like summer camps where you're cooped up with like a bunch of random guys for like a week and then you never see them again, which is kind of insane as a concept. But like it's fun though. But like you've formed these deep, intense connections, and then you've like that's the last person, that's the last time that you're gonna see that person, which is kind of like a different way of building friendships. And like, oh, this person lives in my same town, and I'm gonna see them every day or every other day for my classes. Like that's a different like line to toe with friendship, and like it's kind of like you connect in different ways with those people in that sense. Does that make sense? Like knowing that you have to see that person again, and it's not going to be like at least a year before that happens. It's like a different feeling, relationships wise, and also like there's just the consistency of it. Of like, there's so many easy conversation topics to just start with. Like, oh, have you done the homework for this yet? Hey, can we like check answers for this homework? Is a lot of homework themes is how you make friends. Or it's like, oh, I see you're in the same club that I am doing. Like, how's that treating you? Like, there's so much like way to like form real connections with other people. Like, start clubs with each other. Like, there's some fun stuff that you can be doing. And like building relationships, being more present with people. Like, because when over the summer you're at summer camps, maybe you have like summer school. And like maybe you've worked. If you have work, you're probably seeing people. But like I didn't work. I just kind of hid in my bedroom. And when you hide in your bedroom, you don't make friends. You can't make friends hiding in your bedroom, not talking to anyone. So, like school, you're surrounded by people, and it's a lot easier to make friendships when there are people around you to make friendships with. Crazy concept, I know, but it's an important one. That's what I had to learn. Excuse me. The third part of the autumn arc, the fall arc, is sleep. I didn't do nothing over the summer. Like I had something in the evenings, and when you have something in the evenings, so it starts at like 5:30. You have no reason to get up like at 6 in the morning. You know, like it's you can try it and you can fail. But like keeping like a consistent like normal person sleep schedule over the summer when you have absolutely nothing to do doesn't always work the best. Like it didn't work for me. So now that I'm in school and it's you got to be up at like 6 to 6:30 or like 7, and like then you can like be to school on time. Like that's an important thing. And then you're like tired because you're like I woke up at 7 or like at 6 and it's 11 right now. What am I doing? I should probably go to sleep. I'm tired. Like you get used to being tired at a certain time, and then you get used to like going to bed at a normal time, and then you wake up at a normal time, and it's like everything's better, and you feel so much more rested. And like having something that actually forces you to wake up 4 or 5 days out of the week. And once you have 4 or 5 days out of the week, you might as well just keep the same thing going for all 7 days out of the week. It makes the 4 or 5 days so much easier. Like, and I'm working on that one too. But like, it's a perfect opportunity for you to get sleep and bouncing off of sleep. This is kind of like a point 3A, I guess, is like you get a consistent schedule of like you have to be in this place at this time, or like oh every Wednesday you need to be at your church for 5:45 to 6:45 or something like that. You know, like there are these institutions that exist during that start existing during the fall and like go through winter and spring, but they don't always exist during the summer. So it's just sorry, coolness is coming, but it's nice to have like during the fall you get back into like having a weekly schedule of like stuff that you have to do at this certain time every day, or every Wednesday or every Tuesday or every Friday. And like that balances in with sleep. It's just like you get a more consistent schedule, more like things that you can build other things around. Like if you like build standing hangouts with friends or like build homework time because you gotta do homework. That's something I learned. Is that, like you gotta do homework. Homework's on the list. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've been talking about it a lot. Oh, but like life does get better when you actually do your homework. This is out of order, but like not feeling behind in every class because you're like, I don't want to do homework. As soon as you realize that you need to do homework in order to get any amount of success in life, like for the decent majority of people, like sure there are the outliers. You're not an outlier. I'm not an outlier. I'm not going to pretend to like be anything. Like I'm no smarter than any other individual, you know? Like homework helps you be successful. So just something to think about. And like, oh, on a very similar line to homework, accountability. That's the fourth part. Because this is something I said in an old video about like why high school is important, like why you should try in high school, no matter where you want to end up in life. Is that high school gives you an opportunity to practice doing what you say you're gonna do, which means doing the homework and like studying is what you say you're gonna do when you sign up for a class. Like signing up for a class is saying that you're gonna do the homework, that you're gonna study, that you're gonna try and do well on the tests, and like you have to actually do that, and that is a good way to practice doing what you say you're gonna do. Like teachers in high school, they actually care about whether or not you get your work done. Like they'll pull you in to like actually to like finish your work if you don't. Like they are very invested in that you do the work that they give you. So it's helpful in that sense because the teachers are like actually care about that. Whereas in college and like just yourself, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I didn't do this purposefully, and then force yourself to do that if it's something you don't want to do. But like teachers have that power of you because you respect teachers. So like, it gives you that sense of accountability, and that's a very helpful thing to have. And that's part of the autumn mark, is that like you don't get that accountability, you don't get, because you don't have homework, you don't have teachers during the summer. So getting into the fall, that helps a lot. And then fifth is that you get to grow a lot during the autumn, because like over summer's a time for growth. I don't think I made that video, but it was like a video from the start of summer saying like, yo, if you bulk this whole summer, like you're gonna be bigger, and people are gonna notice, and they're gonna respect you more, because like they had those 2.5 like 3 months of like not seeing you, so they're gonna be like, whoa, he's big now, whoa, and like they'll respect you more, like they'll see you as bigger. Whereas like just gradually throughout the course of the school year, they're not gonna notice you getting bigger as much, like but. So coming back from autumn, like you have that different feeling about yourself because you have grown over the summer. Or if you didn't like over the summer, like you can still grow during the school year, like grow all the time, but in all areas as well. But just the growth. One thing I love about high school, and I don't think I said this in my old videos about like why you should try in high school. Again, but maybe I'll make another video that says a similar thing. But like one thing that I love about high school is that it is one of the only places where people expect growth out of you, and they'll like forgive you for flubbing up in the past. Like to say that you enter high school the first time, freshman day, like first day of freshman year, and that's the person that they expect you to be until you graduate. Like that's an expectation that absolutely zero people have. It is a time for growth. It is a time to mess up. It is a time to push yourself, maybe a little too hard, and then be like, shucks, I pushed myself maybe a little too hard, and then like talk to teachers and be like, yo, I pushed myself maybe a little too hard. Like just figure out ways through that. Like this is a time where people expect growth from you, and there's not that much on the line of like messing up. There's a lot on the line for not growing. But there's not much on the line for messing up once or twice or 40 or 50 times. Like if it's a big mess up, yeah. But like if you are driving a little recklessly and you lose your license, like you're in high school, like you could just ride the bus again. Like the consequences are not that big in high school, so it is the best time to grow. But there is a moral to the story, or to this video. And that is that don't let your change or growth be defined by a time of the year. Like just because it's starting autumn, like there's a different mentality towards it, but you got to keep growing. And when it gets to winter, you got to keep growing. But like don't wait for the winter arc to start growing. Grow all the time. And sometimes just like call it a winter arc, call it new like autumn arc or a spring arc or a summer arc. A lot of people they wait for New Year's to happen for their like New Year's revolution resolutions. Sorry, like and that's when they choose to start growing. Don't wait for New Year's. Start growing today. Excuse me. Grow tomorrow. Grow every day for the rest of your life, and you'll grow so much. Even if you grow every other day for the rest of your life, as long as you're not going like tanking yourself on the days that you don't grow, like you're still gonna end up in a crazy place. Like growth is inevitable if you force yourself to grow. So maybe this provided you with something to think about. Maybe you're feeling the brisk autumn air out there too, and just wanna like you like that feeling and you wanna like give it that name, give it the autumn arc, fall arc, and just power through. But thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe or watch another video. Goodbye.